We'll have to see, though. I mean, so far, at least in terms of draft, as you sort of touched on, Dewish team got a draft that they have actually found success on before. So I think we really want to see if WSL can prove to us that this team is worthy of picking up a win here in the PCS.
Pretty interesting, though, is WSL's gone for Dark Harvest instead of the First Strike, which, I mean, you pretty much only see in solo queue. And even then, I feel like First Strike oftentimes seen more in solo queue. That's a little surprising to me. Well, we'll see what he actually gets done with it.
I think it's a big risk reward, but if you are able to get the kills and get that Ultimate Hunter stacked up, you do feel pretty nice.
Yeah, I think that's actually the big part, really, is just the Ultimate Hunter being able to kind of just pop it more often.
Because I think on Karthus is probably the champion that benefits the absolute most out of Ultimate Hunter, simply because of how long his ult cooldown is.
Yeah.
The percentage just is worth more, and they're looking for an evade. I like this. Karthus will be able to...
Yeah, he's very strong, level 1.
Pressure most junglers at this stage of the game. It is 665 picking up the smite, but importantly, he can't really do anything more.
Oh, this is crazy.
The strength of Ashe early game, as well as Karthus early game, should mean that this red buff...
Wait, why are they leashing it for him? Hey, they need to stop this.
Here we go.
Okay.
Now fight breaking out. This is chaos. This is a Dewish team game. Inhao getting so low. It looks like Prage might be able to pick up the first kill.
Nice.
He is. The kill is traded, though. It's going to be ultimately Inhao picking himself up one as well. Dark Harvest stacking up, 665 flashing away. WSL should be able to find them. In fact, Pepero does. I think you'd want both of those kills onto the Karthus, but ultimately the 2-for-1 in favor of Dewish team. Off to a good start, 500 gold in the lead, 2.3 minutes in.
Yeah, that's really, really good. I was a little worried that Karthus wasn't going to end up getting that red, but obviously did have that smite advantage. And I think here, wow, he actually hit both of them and they still lost. I was thinking maybe that only hit one, but lots of damage comes out on a char. And the problem is Prey just put all his damage onto the support. Doesn't have anything left really for Pepero. And I think this was really, really smart invade. You know, you invade on those Raptors, you force the smite out of the Maokai, and he's got no smite for red. I'm a little surprised that they didn't just keep hitting it for longer. You know, allow WSL to kind of just like smite it and get out for free. But ultimately, it ended up working in their favor. And they got more kills out of it than they probably ever expected to get.
I think that really just speaks to the strength of Ashe level 1.
Yeah. And Karthus, of course.
I wonder if anything goes differently if they put more focus onto Pepero in that bush.
Ooh. Rel here.
I did see the on the way ping earlier. Now, WSL actually pathing pretty smartly.
Ooh.
Will find himself safe to get to his Krugs. There is a ward on it though, so the entire side of West Point is very well aware that this is being done, but actually Rally are coming back down again. WSL should know something's amiss. JP should have told him that this...
Oh, no flash.
Yeah, no flash. This is going to be a double buff now for Rally on the Fiora.
It's a very bad
Very
death.
surprising that that is ever able to happen.
Yeah, and I think we'll even end up losing the buff as well. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, Rally has had Prio, I guess, for so long.
He was missing from that lane for like 30, 40 seconds.
JP has 2 wards as well, so, you know, never even placed anything in the try. So, really feels like WSL was done a bit dirty there. Probably should have known that was coming or had some sort of prior warning, but now JP's going to have to lane against that double buff Fiora. And Rel here, maybe it's the first time he's playing this low ping Fiora. Probably going to have some fun.
Yeah. It is a very, very high skill-intensive matchup. The Fiora versus Jax. There's not really anyone champion favored there. It is really just the difference of how you use the counter-strike and how you use the parry. As WSL heists away another Raptor camp.
He's getting some good gold for himself.
Yeah, definitely. Want to hit 6 as soon as possible as well. I wonder what build he'll go. There is like, you can go Night Harvester, you can go Ludens, you can go Leandries.
Yeah. Yeah, there are options.
I think, honestly, might just be Ludens.
Yeah, I think
this
Ludens
game.
is the best. I hope he goes for it. Lots of early game damage. Ooh.
It will be Ludens or Night Harvester would be the 2 best, I think. I don't think Leandries finds all that much value.
Maybe going to see a 3v3 on the bot side. Karthus is in the wings here. Should be unspotted.
Well, here we go. Char will find a double knock-up. That could be very, very important. Ghost popped here from Bibero. And a knock-up as well from Inhal. Are they going to be able to secure this kill onto Char? It doesn't look like it, but with the slows coming down from Bibero, he's chasing down one. How many can he find, though? He's looking for 665. The lay wastes are not landing onto this Maokai. He does just an advance forward, but it's the flash out from Bibero. Double kill is going to be a triple kill. And importantly, it's not only the 4 kills now onto the Ashe, it's all the assists given over to WSL on this Karthus.
Hey, this is a really, really nice early game there from Dewish team. I think WSL might have been able to come out of the bush a little faster, but still, it ended up going really, really well for them. And I think WSL, he might be going for Leander. He's got another book there. We'll see, though. The Karthus manages to sneak in, is not seen. And I guess he wanted to wait for 665 to commit before he went in, but NL did lose a lot of HP before that happened. And I think West Point probably could have just left at this point. Maybe would have been able to get out. I mean, I think they might have had to give the Kaiser, but instead they try and trade back more. And man, they get punished for it. It's Pepro, he's the one. Really nice flash, walks away with a triple kill and double buffs. It's the most fed Ashe you've probably ever seen. 4-0 and 1. Looks like there was a gank onto Nuli there. Did not get his flash out. WSL, he must be getting close to level 6. That's going to be a big spike, of course. Looks like he wants to invade these Raptors. Currently has mid priority as well as support move. Now Kaiser is coming for the collapse, so this might be a fight still.
Carl ends the knock up. Inhale stuns up that Rakan, but he's going to have so much mobility. WSL picks up the Raptor cab. But what is the cost? He does flash away. Is certainly going to go down, but it's Pepero trying to find some damage over the wall. Auto attacks are coming through as Xiaotu running forward. Late waste landing. Ooh. They managed to kill one. That's Parage going down, and Nuli now doesn't have flash. Natofo strikes will confirm the knock up there. Somehow Inhal just walks too far forward, gets caught out himself as the fight continues. Pepero is here now. He picks himself up a 5th kill. Flash comes out of this Maokai, means that the play will stop there, but again, Dewish team coming out in favor.
Yeah, that was pretty insane, honestly. I hope we get a replay of it. It feels like Xiaotu on the Cassante got so much value in that team fight. It was a really nice all-out from him. Invade on the Raptors here, I think, might be a little greedy. Currently, Ashe catching bot, but Kaiser, no need to be in lane. So this ends up being an even numbers fight. Now, Nui did not have combo with his range, so was just forced to flash over in melee, and then doesn't have the damage to finish this off, which kind of forces a lot of extra time here. And Prage, he probably felt like this was going to be free, but watch Xiaotu's combo. He all-outs, and it gets him closer to Nuli, who has no flash, and really nowhere to go. And how probably could have just left him. Yeah, would have just been gone. This is at level 3 Rel. Just gets one shot.
And here comes the raid boss.
Yeah. The 4-0 Ashe, now 5-0. A lot of flashes burned as well. It's pretty crazy though. And I mean, this is, it looks like it will be a Leandry's Karthus is working towards it. And this is going to be an absurd amount of damage coming out of him.
He's going to die again, but he might just pick up a red buff. He's not going to die. Or is he?
I think he's fine. Looks like he's going to grab it. This is a trade for the... This is a trade for that Herald. Maybe looking on bot now.
Yeah, they're going down. WSL does not stop. I think 665 is going to get more camps than WSL is for this whole play. But does find himself some camps. Does have access now to the Karthus ultimate. Requiem.
He does.
That is when Karthus becomes fun. Now, JP, pretty pushed up in this lane.
Ooh,
he's leaped forward. This could be a disaster. 665 in the area. Nature's Grasp will come out.
Got flash.
Twisted Advance likely will be able to follow the flash as it is all these vitals getting procced. Okay, does actually get away. Well played.
Yeah, very nice there. Does get out. Nuli has to be careful if he gets hit by one more. Might get altered. Does get taken low. He's just going to shove that in. I feel like Karthus can even take some of this gold from the Cassante if he wants.
Probably best.
Yeah, Cassante, very good low resource champ. To be honest, uses resources very well as well. Just a very strong champion. This is going to be 2 plates picked up here for Xiaotu and almost one more.
Okay, this feels a little dangerous.
Might be in trouble now. No mana really for Nuli.
Does manage to land that slow and Nice sidestep on the shock blast means he should be fine. Nuli really, really low on mana. Actually might end up just being the 2 plates after all. Depends if Xiao2 feels confident enough.
Probably can just let the creeps get it as long as you stay around. Oh, he's actually going to walk up and tap it. This seems really greedy.
Oh my goodness, all out comes out! Oh, he lives! The Ignite's going to secure the kill, but WSL in the area. Kaiser also coming up, as you just saw. Char actually picking himself up a double as the quickness going to be used. Grand Entrance still being kept, and the Killer Instinct will secure that one. In fact, it's 665 who picks up himself another one. WSL is dying a lot, but, you know, Karthus passive. Just making use of all of these Karthus abilities.
And what a wild game. I mean, there's been 18 kills already. This is going to be a lot of gold picked up by West Point as their Herald is dropped here. But some pretty important spikes did just get completed.
Normally teleporting bot, so...
Okay. Now, I feel like this was too greedy from Xiao2. I think he probably could have just grabbed this plate without having to auto it. He tries to take Nuli away, and he did. But they also had to invest a lot for it. And it was Char that picked up the shutdown. WCL without a flash. I just didn't have anywhere to go at that point. I think, did Prage get this kill? I think, no. Okay, 665. Well, I mean, that might be better. I mean, he gets the demonic early.
Ooh, JP.
Wow.
Rally completely out of mana. JP getting the better of that trade, at least for that time. And I think, credit to JP. Had to lane up against Rallia, who found himself a kill early as well as a double buff, and has kept things all but even, as Xiao2 now the focus. Will have to flash over this wall, but it's followed. 665 will come with him. Nuli as well, but the shock blast misses. The Tofu strikes will be a double knock-up, but the slow coming out of that hammer will secure yet another kill here onto Xiao2. It's picked up by Nuli as WSL continuing on with this bot side invade, shall I say.
Okay, bot lane could be in trouble though. There are no TPs up for West Point.
Oh, and that's the cleanse out of Prage. Does have access to the flash. There is no ults though. The Magnet Storm comes through. Char getting really, really low, and Pepero is not tanking. He's just going to claim some kills. WSL and Pepero picking up one apiece.
It was a shutdown that went over to Karthus as well, which is very, very crucial. Getting more gold on that Karthus would definitely not say no to that. And it is kind of crazy that the gold is so close when there's a 6-0 Ashe.
Yeah, I think so much is on this Ashe. You thought the Karthus was the carry. Well, you were wrong.
Yeah, look at that gold. Pepero just well ahead. It's really JP kind of feels like the one that's behind, down 600 to Rallia. A lot of that is that first blood. Looks like he got some plates for himself though in top lane.
I think impressively Xiao2's ahead in gold.
Yeah.
As the Cassante in the matchup.
Well, not long left on the plate. Ooh, stun comes out.
Yeah, nice parry. Going to commit the ult here is Rallia. But JP trying to run away, getting to the wall, will deny the further vital, but massive trade in favor of Rallia on this Fiora.
And I wonder if JP TP's back to this.
Could... 665.
Ooh, base does get off.
Yeah,
does have to be careful though.
Do they kill him though? I don't feel like they do.
No, he has flash. I think he's safe. It's more that if he TP's top, Dragon will be gone.
True.
And this red buff might actually be gone. WSL, he doesn't have the most mana in the world.
Okay, that's the grand entrance used.
Oh, Hex Flash. Doesn't go for it. This is going to be a fight, I think, over this red. Oh, lots of damage landed onto WSL.
I think West Point should avoid any fight that involves Pepero, at least for the time being. Rallia claims first tower, but is it going to cost him his life? JP on the chase, flashes over, but Rallia flashes at slightly different angle.
Yeah, I think he's gone, though.
Yeah. JP picking himself up a kill.
Oh, on
All
bot
out
side.
now. Bot side, Nuli getting low. It is a 1-for-1 trade at the moment, but Pepero is still full health. Killer Instinct comes through, is putting some pressure now onto this Ashe. But nice kiting from Pepero, still is half health. Forcing out the flash from Prage. Ultimately, all things considered, 2 for 2. But that was mainly thanks to JP picking up a solo kill. Nuli getting low, but 665 twisted advance. So many low health bars.
There's Karthus ult in 2 seconds.
Oh, is it going to have the damage? It doesn't look like he's even going to use it.
I'm a little surprised. I feel like with Dark Harvest and the alternator, I think you would get them. I'm a little surprised also that he didn't use ult in this fight. I mean, oftentimes it's Karthus, even if you can't pick up any kills with it, you kind of just use it after you die because, you know, that's going to end up changing the fight a lot for your team. I kind of would have expected it to come through here, and maybe that would have made the difference to Pepero being able to clean up this fight, but chooses to hold on to it instead.
It does feel a little strange.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't used it at all. And I mean, I kind of understand why. I mean, there haven't been great opportunities, but feel like that there were maybe like a couple of them there. Second Dragon, though, goes over to WSL.
I think WSL should have 4 stacks on the Ultimate Hunter ride. I don't think he has one. Obviously, he doesn't have one on Rallier, but
yeah,
every other member, he should have got at least 1 stack on. So this Karthus ult feels like it should be getting utilized a little more.
He's got more ability haste from the Dragon now as well.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I feel like even if you just get 1 Dark Harvest proc, it's better than leaving it off cooldown the whole game.
Yeah, probably is true. Look at Pepper, man. 7-0-3.
Yeah, that's a 1 fed Ash.
So fed, so early. Second Herald does go the way of West Point. This probably will end up going down mid. Got to find some way to break that open. It is pretty low already, so should be going down at some point. Pepper picks up his Triforce.
Yeah, this is a scary, scary Ash. 2 items. At 17 minutes, WSL loses the vast majority of his health.
He is level 11 now, though.
He is also picking himself up solo gold in the mid lane.
Oh, maybe
Forward,
looking...
yeah. Wall of Pain is going to force out the Nature's Grasp.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Nice. Good disengage. They get the ult. Doesn't feel like anything will really come of it, but we're pretty happy to take away. And 665 looks like he's building a Leandries of his own, so going to be a full AP Maokai. WSL, I think, needs to be a little careful where he goes here.
Yeah, this guy's playing with fire. Pull back out of the jungle. Now, what's the next point of contention? Oh, probably the Dragon. It feels like Dewish team are just going to have to play towards that Dragon win con.
Yeah, another Ocean as well.
Yeah.
Against a poke comp, which is pretty nice.
Oh, Xiaotu does go forward. Probably doesn't realize that there is, in fact, a Maokai around. Teleport coming out here from JP as Xiaotu flashes into the bush, but is going to get slammed down by those Vitals. Now, there's 5 members here for the side of West Point. JP trying to get out, but ultimately Killer Instinct will secure that kill. Enchanted Crystal Arrow will not land onto anyone as Char grand entrance to try and run away, as well as Nuli having to commit that flash. Still, it's a 3v5, and Dewish team are for some reason walking forward. They have a 7-0 Ash, but don't know if it's that strong. Char comes through, grand entrance will land, but it's going to be Pepero. He finds 2. WSL does go down. There's low health bars across the board, but Pepero staying nice and healthy. Ghost popped. 665 coming around the side.
Oh,
Nature's Grasp. Inhale might just have to commit his life here. Oh no.
Oh.
It is mainly used for disengage. Doesn't actually land onto anyone.
Wow. I mean, this is not the Karthus scoreline you would want. 1-6-11. I mean, this is a champ that used those kills so well. That being said, Pepero also using the kills very well. He's been playing a very good game for himself, but I mean, this was a disastrous start, really, for Dewish team. Xiaotu, he looks for the 1v1, but honestly just doesn't respect who can be here. There's support move from mid, and 665's here very early. By the time JP teleports in, feels too late. Karthus ult deals a lot of damage, admittedly. But yeah, it was pretty crazy that they're just like walking forward in the 3v5 after missing, you know, all their ults, really. Still felt strong enough to just walk forward. Play on their range. And live though, Nuli.
Okay.
Oh.
Nuli does get shut down by Xiaotu. Xiaotu, 4-4-1 now on the Cassante, finding himself a solo kill up here in the top lane. And a tower.
Yeah, good pickup. Oh, 665.
665 is the next on the chopping block. There's kills.
Oh.
There's never-ending kills. It's another 500 gold now given over to Pepero, who is now 9-0-4 on this Ash.
Yeah, and maybe looking at a 20-minute Baron here. Nuli does not have TP. 665 is down. Can the rest of them stop it? I don't think they can. This should just be a Baron going over, essentially for free. Now, they will actually... Okay, it's not for free. They trade a bot tower and maybe a mid tower as well. So gold picked up. But with this Baron, I think Dewish team can get a lot done. And they should have first move into the Dragon as well.
Oh, Zhao 2.
He's down. Okay, he's still going to fight. Noli. Doesn't he know Cassante released more recently than Jace? Tried to fight. Admittedly, it looked like it started off pretty well, but just Cassante's cooldowns are so low, and once Jace has used everything, nothing left to do really but try run away. Zhao realized, punishes that hard. Third dragon up in 8 more seconds.
Shadow Flame, completed on WSL, does have Requiem available.
Yeah, it's a very fake Karthus.
I don't know why I'm talking about the Karthus. Ashe has Flash available.
That is true. I mean, honestly, Karthus does a lot of damage, even if he instantly dies.
That's the glory of it. WSL, a man that has been known to die, is now playing a champ that benefits from it.
It is. Really nice flank here from Rel here, though. Zhao Tu's looking for one of his own. Really just comes down to can Pepper survive and can WSL get himself into the middle of the team. Ooh, he's chunked very low here. He can't really get in. If he flashes in now, we'll be taken out. He does have red buff regen. Oh, he's getting so low. Reliant's going to snipe him, I think.
Yeah, Reliant comes over.
Ooh,
does not land the Q. Reliant, Killer Instinct going to be used too, but it's going to be Prage going down. WSL stays alive. Pepero finding at least one kill in there, and Reliant is low, doesn't have parry, but WSL not going to commit that ult. It was Dragon, though, importantly picked up there from West Point, so they do delay the Dragon Soul potential coming from Dewish team. But with more kills coming over, as well as this bottom tower, you have to say, definitely trade favoring, yet again, Dewish team.
I think so, and while they might be done for now, they've got themselves a pretty impressive lead off that Baron. Get a replay of it, and the fact that WSL lived here for so long is kind of insane. I mean, if just a bit more poke landed, or if Rally had been able to get this kill without dying, I'm surprised he took so long to go in, because I think there could have been a kill, and honestly, it would be worth flashing for it too. If you could get WSL out of this fight before he commits anything, that'd be really good, but so much used, and they couldn't even take him out in the end. I think if your Kai'Sa has to dive into Karthus, that feels pretty bad, because there's always just going to be so much damage coming out after his death, as well as the ult. So I don't know, it felt misplayed.
Oh, okay, doesn't quite land.
Now, Dewish team, they're working on some Zhonya's in their top jungle. Ashe. Yeah, that Ashe is super strong. She's got a stopwatch as well. Stopwatch for Jax too. Not easy champs to deal with.
Wait, JP's just going second item of Zhonya's.
Yeah.
Bro's just disrupting. I mean, that's all he needs to do.
WSL is taking a lot of poke.
Yeah, this guy is a void seeker magnet.
He needs to be a little careful. I mean, you don't want to die so early that you can't get any value with your ulti. Obviously, dying on Karthus doesn't really matter, but it is somewhat about dying at the right time. You know, if you can die in the middle of 5 people, that's really high value. Getting poked down is pretty much the worst case. Now, importantly, there is no lifesteal really to speak of from the side of West Point. Nature's Grass committed to try save this tower. It looks like it will stay for now.
is going to get caught up, and the Grand Entrance, as well as the quickness, will secure at least that kill. Requiem will come through, so should find a bit of damage. In fact, Prage is going to have to recall now after how much damage that did.
And this is when Karthus starts to become real.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow lands here onto the Ashe. Wow, Prage is still staying around. Landing the Void Seeker there.
He has red buff regen, so I think he's fine for now. And Karthus is building towards, I think, a Zhonya's, but I actually kind of don't like it. I think he should just build full AP and commit to dying at this point, because you can see what the Karthus ult can do. Even if you die at a kind of a random time, like he just did, you still deal a lot of damage, right? The ult makes things really, really difficult. And take a look at that gold difference between Pepero and Prage. It's almost 4,000.
Yeah, and I want to say as well, Prage is going for Gwinsu's, and I feel like that's really not what you want this game.
And maybe just, yeah, it does seem a little weird. I was going to say maybe you need someone to deal with Cassante, but honestly, it feels like it's not going to come to that, really.
Yeah, I think if your Kai'Sa's the one having to deal with the Cassante, some problems.
Well, Zhao 2, I think he's just gone here.
Yeah, Zhao 2 definitely dead. I was looking for Nuli, and JP likely to be dead as well. If you were going to teleport, probably had to teleport a little bit earlier, although he is looking for Nuli. A nice sidestep there, as well as the timing on that counter-strike. It allows for Inhao and WSL to arrive. Nature's Grasp will stun up this Karthus, who will be taken down immediately. In fact, flashes forward. Nuli now getting really low, is sitting in that Karthus pool. are able to find at least one kill as Inhal tries to flash away, but it was too early. Twisted Advance does follow him, and it's another kill here found for this Maokai. No real objectives up to contest, but Pepero importantly staying alive with that shutdown. It is still 4 kills, however, picked up on West Point, finding themselves a foothold back in this game.
Yep, pretty random deaths, and second time now that Zhaotu's been caught in the sideline, JP's felt the need to try and TP to it. Feels like they should just let him go, really. And you're right, while there is no objective up yet, Dewish team feels like they're really trying to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Zhaotu, there's just no real reason to be here. I mean, there's no objective that bot prio would help you get at this point. And the TP as well from JP feels even more unnecessary.
Yeah, you needed to commit that like a good 5 seconds earlier if you're going to at all.
Critically here as well, WSL does not have the Karthus ult. It is almost up, but not quite. So when he gets engaged on here, I think he tried to flash almost to buy himself a little more time. He would have done a lot of damage just from being in the middle of them, but not having the Karthus ult is so much missing damage from a team fight. When now uses fly, I mean, it's big cooldowns used, to be honest, ahead of some pretty important objectives now, both Baron and Dragon alive.
Dewish team looking for Dragon. I think this is good. Definitely have the time to do it and get up there. Kai'Sa being so far behind him items means they don't take it as quick as they perhaps want. And Zhaotu here, making sure they know. You definitely can't take this fight as West Point, taking Baron damage into a Karthus walking into you. Although, Nuli looking for the instant kill, will find it. Karthus is going to commit Requiem, so Nuli should be going down here, definitely. That's a kill picked up there for this Karthus, and another one on the top side. Zhaotu claiming that one. 2 for 1, Relia though.
Yeah, he's going to take some more. Karthus is the top damage in that fight, despite dying instantly. Really says something about the champ, but an Inhib lost here for basically nothing. And maybe now, West Point could even turn back to the Baron. Yeah, they're going to. It is watered out.
Yeah, this doesn't work.
No, I don't think they'll be able to do it, but
665's dying.
I mean, they're forced away from it, but man, losing an Inhib is a big deal, I feel like. I mean, Dewish team, they can give the next Dragon if they need to. So a top Inhib, I mean, it's not the worst. Much better than losing your bot Inhib, you'd have to say, but it's still not what you'd want from this game. I mean, you've got a 10-0 Ashe. It feels like you should just be winning fights left and right, and it shouldn't really be close. But instead it is. I mean, they've made a lot of decisions poorly that have kind of put 665 and the rest of the team back in the game, and you can see his damage there on that full AP Maokai is actually pretty comparable with this Karthus.
Yep, Gunsu's completed 4 Prage on this Kai'Sa, finding himself kills in these recent skirmishes. Should have closed that gold gap that we saw earlier, was around 3,000 to 4,000. Definitely should have closed quite a bit now, although Shield Bow completed out for Pepero, meaning it's going to be a little bit harder for Nuli to finish off this Ashe, although Nuli not really having any say in that, at least thus far in the game.
No, it does not feel like it. And Karthus level 15, not sure how close he is to 16, but that'd be another important spike. They need to decide what to do here, because that Fiora with the Hullbreaker has herself a huge lead over Jax right now. I mean, look at the top lane items. I'm not sure if Jax can hold the towers. I think they might slowly bleed. And that's going to be a big, big problem. I think it might almost be better to send 2 members bot from Dewish team, maybe the Cassante, and just have Karthus clear your top waves. And yeah, JP forced a Zhonya already and goes back for more.
Yeah, Relia having a real good time with it. Starting to get to work here on this bot lane Inhib tower. Is backing out now as Zhaotu arrives to clear the waves. Zhaotu no teleport though, importantly. JP does, so can come from base if that's what they want to do. In fact, is going to Enchanted Crystal Arrow, comes through, does land, but it's going to be onto Char. This Rakan, definitely not the target you want. JP coming forward, will jump in, but the Twisted Advance sort of denies his engage. The Magnetic Storm, however, will not be denied as Pepero trying to find the damage, but there's 3 people flashing onto him. He's going to get shut down, and that's 1k gold over to this Kai'Sa. Dewish team trying to run away. WSL not long for this world as a teleport comes in from Zhaotu. Relia trying to really get this, whatever he wants done here. There doesn't feel like there's any threat onto him. Does get a little bit low, but ultimately will end up confirming yet another kill onto in-house. Yaltu trying to do what he can, but it's going to be a triple for Relia. There is no teleport available, so won't be able to just immediately teleport to look to end, but
I think they...
Baron as well as an ace being pretty good for them.
And the Karthus wasn't used at all. I mean, he had the chance in his passive, obviously, but just didn't use it. And I feel like if you ever play out a fight and your Karthus gets unused, something has gone horribly wrong. I mean, just cast one too many Qs, I guess, in the passive and ran out of time or something. Feels really weird. I mean, now Dewish team, I think if they can get this 4th drag, they might still have a chance. But Relia has become a massive issue in the side lane. And there was a lot of gold picked up by Prage here. We'll take a look. So TP comes in very early from JP. Problem is the follow-up is really, really far away here. You've got a lot of ground to cover. So by the time they get to here, Pepper is just kind of in an awkward spot with a Fiora TPing behind him. And WSL, I can understand why he didn't ult here because you know it's just going to get cancelled. But I really think after he was put in the passive, probably should have just used it. He's getting close to Rabadon's. If he didn't have that Fiendish Codex, probably would have it by now. And having that for the 4th Dragon Timer would be so, so important.
I just worry what you're going to do about this Fiora. Doesn't feel like you can do anything.
No, I don't think she's really stoppable at all. It feels like Karthus just needs to get this Rabadons and hope they can win a team fight off of that. I mean, there still isn't a whole lot of sustain that can come out, but Hex Drinker picked up by Jace, I think that's pretty important. And Prage is a stopwatch, so he can stopwatch the next Karthus ult. Looks like this tower, it is going to fall. Rabadon's is completed, so just in time. The question is it too late, actually? Because there are a lot of options.
Yaltu tanking up. Relia, though, finding a lot of damage. Hullbreaker, importantly, will not be active while all of his teammates are around.
Well, it looks like this game will keep going for now, and once you're kind of sieging the base, it does become a little harder for Fiora to do stuff, but, I mean, she's strong enough that she can probably hit the tower in front of, you know, maybe 2 people.
Counter-Strike will secure the stun.
Yeah, it looks like she's out, and for that, an inhib.
Oh, Enchanted Crystal Arrow lands here, and it lands onto Prage, who won't be able to go golden because of the CC chain. 1 HP is this Kaiser, will go down. Pepero picking up that one. It is 665, going golden in the middle of 3, does eventually go down, and now Relia, after picking up that mid lane inhib tower as well as the kill onto WSL, will have to back away. There are no objectives up to be taken, importantly, but now at least Dewish team just marching down mid lane. It could end up being a base race.
It could, and that was such a crucial fight. You can see how much damage comes out of that Karthus, especially because Prage Zhonya's was denied. And in fact, he actually used the stopwatch. So if he can't buy a full Zhonya for the next fight, it's going to run into a lot of trouble. And okay, he does have the Zhonya completed, so we'll actually be fine. This inhib looks like it will fall, but that bot inhib is also down for Dewish team. West Point, I think you need to get Relia into that side lane, and you need to get some answers to this Karthus. I mean, there is a Zhonya on Maokai and Kaiser, so maybe they can, if they both find a way to Zhonya it, could be okay. But otherwise, WSL now level 16. All the items he needs is virtually unstoppable.
Yep. Jax picking up his Spear Shojin. You know what's sad?
What?
Jax has 3 items to a full build Fiora, and Jax has a shutdown on him.
Well, Fiora has one too.
Yeah, true.
Nah, it is sad though. Okay, more comes in for Nuli. Pretty important pickup. Nuli's actually fallen quite behind. Hasn't got a lot of CS. I think it's just going the way of his other carries. It's sometimes hard to play a team with 3 carries on it. But yeah, I mean, Relia's coming up on 100 CS over JP. Is of course shown in those items. WSL, he's working on a Zhonya, as it looks like, which is kind of strange. No Void Staff. Feels... I don't know. I mean, I guess only Nuli has a lot of MR, but there are some Merc Treads here and there. 30 seconds on the Baron, which is going to be very hard, I think, for Dewish team to contest. with that bot inhib down, especially because Fiora could just run in and take all your inhibs. Could honestly just skip pushing the wave and just dive into your base. I'm not sure how Dewish team are going to play this out. It feels really, really tough at this point. You don't really have the option of picking the Fiora. She's just too safe and too strong. Maybe you can try one-shot the Baron and then run back to your base, but I don't know. It feels like West Point, despite the fact they might lose a team fight, they're so far ahead just because of this Fiora threat that Dewish team can't even get the team fight they want.
Ooh.
Poke lands.
Yeah, both carries on the receiving end of that. There is a honey fruit nearby, but Rallier now should pretty much have his will on the minion wave. In fact, Jack's going to ult to try and clear it out. The Fiora ult, though, landing pretty much all the vitals.
Now,
Does eventually back up. There are both teleports available, but this Baron is getting absolutely destroyed by Kai'Sa. It's down to 3k. It's going to be going over to the side of West Point, and the ensuing fight, Prage goes forward. Prage goes golden, but WSL, he's right next to this Kai'Sa, but he's so low. Dodging out of that Void Seeker, eventually it is going to be the kill found here by 665. But meanwhile, Rallier is having his way in the base, does parry that Requiem, and Nully coming in confirms the win.
oh man, how bad would you feel as Pepro to lose a game as an 11?